Hi, my name is Lorraine Jackson, and I am in a Reading 510 class here at ASU. I will be talking today about Infinity Space Inquiry Project, Infinity Spaces, and how they work. Basically, what are infinity learning spaces? Generally, an space is a place, a virtual or physical, where informal learning takes place, where people are drawn together because of a shared interest or engagement in a common activity. An infinity space is a place where learning happens. Conduct an analysis of the ways the communities are organized and connected in the digital realm. Today, I will be talking about powwows.com. I found this space to be a place where Native Americans and non Native Americans can learn and come to share their interests of powwows. A powwow basically is a social gathering. People come together to eat, to sing, to pray, to dance. Um, it's where communities do come together to celebrate our Native American tradition. I found this infinity space to be very informative. One thing that was of interest to me was especially Native American beadwork. I'm basically interested in the traditional beading history, patterns, and styles. One of the first things I seen about the powwows.com is that you can put your first name, your email address. You have a choice they give you, and it is free. You can search their powwows.com. You can subscribe with the email for newsletters. It is very informative. As I began to search the powwows.com, I had seen that they had a subtitle underneath powwows.com. They had a start button, start here. They had a calendar. They have live powwows.com where you can virtually see a powwow online. They had questions, they had videos, they had blogs. They even have a calendar. You can check by state to see if there are any upcoming powwows near you. They had basically information related to powwows. The next part that I had seen, they discussed Native American art. They had a site where, or they had a place where they had top 5 Instagram photos of the week of Native Americans. They had Native American turquoise jewelry through history and today. They had a article on some Native American documentaries. You learn the real story of Native culture and history and today. They even had another article about Native small business. They highlighted OXDX clothing line. I felt like all of these were very informative. They were very colorful, and all the articles seemed to be very interesting. On the Native American powwows.com, they had videos relating to Native American beadwork, which I found was very, very informative to myself. They had a lot of YouTube videos that were uploaded on their sites. Um, I found most I found most of the videos to be very truthful. There was elders talking about what they know about the history of beads and how beads came to be originated with the Native American culture. There was another site on there talking about Native American beadwork and how beads were not created by Native Americans, but they were there's a lot of trade history. Um, Most of the information there, the history, the background, and how beads and beadwork originated were very, very truthful. The next part that I had investigated on this site was a another another place where they had some more YouTube videos on how to do beads with loom work. They had how to make earrings. These I found to be very informative. They were tutorials where anybody wanting to learn how to do Native American beadwork could learn. The information was very basic. They even had some crafts people doing leather work. Um, and they gave an explanation from beginning to end on any projects that you wanted to do. On the overall, what I thought about the powwows.com, they had many Native American tribes represented. They had a lot of advertisements. They had a lot of reading, many stories to choose from, many interesting facts about beadwork. There was many photographs, many artists, many stories. Whatever you wanted to learn that was of interest to you, it was very informative. I would give this site, thepowwows.com, a thumbs up in reference to what they had spoke about the Native American beadwork. They had resources from archaeologists. They had people from museums talking, and it made it sound very factual. And it was something that and this site is something that I would recommend to people if they want to know, just a little bit more about Native American culture in general and of all Native Americans. So, lastly, if you want to share your culture with the world, this place is a very good link to be a part of, a very good group to be a part of. The experience in powwows.com is something that the world would find very informative, especially the live videos. If you cannot attend a powwow or you want to see, that's one way of participating, just listening and hearing stories. So overall, I felt like powwows.com was very informative.